Presenting a field for tonight's first race. Number 1 is Soul Brother, owned by Timothy Hawkins. Dave Setzer drives. 2 is DVC Riptide, owned by Taylor and Jester. Dean Collins. 3, Hansel Highlight, Jeff Brewer owns. Kane Kaufman is up. 4 is WR Little Big Man, owned by Eddie Blair with Dave Hawk. 5, Clearwater Chip is owned by Joseph Schmidt Sr., Randy Tharps. 6, Bocam is owned by Timothy Williamson, the driver Roy Wilson. 7 is Famous Flyer, owned by Jerome Grogan. Del S. Miller drives. 8 is Winsome Winter, owned by William Carruthers with Jamie Dunlap. Post 9, it's Wildwood Joe, owned by James Pichachero with Rick Heitman. And off the second tier, the 10 is Hawaiian Macho Man, owned by Linda Luff with Brett Miller. Post time, 7 minutes. Lined up in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off. Clearwater Chip from the center of the track with an early burst of speed goes out to take the lead, joined from the inside by both WR Little Big Man and Soul Brother. Now they both drive through and they come away first and second. DVC Riptide settles away in the 4th spot, gap of 2. Hawaiian Macho Man off the second tier is 5th by a length and a half. Then we get Hansel Highlight, followed by Bocam. Then it's Winsome Winter, 2.5 more to Famous Flyer. Wildwood Joe is the early trailer as they move to head stretch. Dave Hawk has WR Little Big Man on the lead, but is challenged early by Clearwater Chip, and Randy Tharps hustles Clearwater Chip to the front. Quarter goes 28 seconds flat, passing the stands. Clearwater Chip, but here's WR Little Big Man on the retake. WR Little Big Man goes right around Clearwater Chip to take back the lead. Soul Brother is 3rd, DVC Riptide ranging up first over, and Hawaiian Macho Man is caught out there 3 wide. Followed by Bocam in the cover flow. Then we get Hansel Highlight racing inside of Winsome Winter, and then it's Famous Flyer and Wildwood Joe. They reach the half in 57 and 4. Out of the turn and down the backstretch, WR Little Big Man setting a brisk pace in here, leads the way by just over 1 length. DVC Riptide inching up on the outside. 2nd, Clearwater Chip locked up in the box. 3rd, Hawaiian Macho Man able to settle back into the cover tier. He's now 2nd over 4th, 2.5 off the lead. 3rd over in 5th position is Bocam, who will look to follow the 3 wide move of Hawaiian Macho Man. And then we get Soul Brother, who's not doing enough. Winsome Winter's outside of him. And then it's Hansel Highlight, Wildwood Joe, and Famous Flyer. 3 quarters, 126 and 1. Midway around the far turn, WR Little Big Man leads it. Hawaiian Macho Man takes up the chase in 2nd, gap of 3. Bocam is coming to 3rd. Clearwater Chip fades 4th. Winsome Winter with a lot of work to do as they straighten away. WR Little Big Man, the one to catch by 2 lengths. Hawaiian Macho Man trying to run him down in the lane. 3 back. Bocam is 3rd. In deep stretch, WR Little Big Man leads it. Hawaiian Macho Man is 2nd. It's WR Little Big Man and Dave Hawk in the opener. Hawaiian Macho Man to go 2nd. Bocam 3rd. Little Big Man, he gets his 4th win on the season, equaling a career best mile 155 and 3 for Eddie Blair of Paintsville, Kentucky. Trainer Tommy Lee Smith, the winning driver Dave Hawk. WR Little Big Man's a 6-year-old Sturman Jesse Gelding from Barbie Doll Hanover by Albatross. 410 exacta comes back 22.40. Try 410.6, 72.40. There for 2nd, 1 is Freddie Spaghetti, owned by Scott Gland and Kyle Later. 2 miles North Stars, owned by Jimmy McVeigh with Andy Shetler. Moving Boob in the 3, owned by Donna Lane, Jim Daly. 4 LA Raider, owned by Greg Luther, Jeff Collins. Watch Yourself is the 5, Jeff Brewer owns and trains, Kane Kaufman at the lines. 6, Skips Man, owned by Justin Hall, he drives. 7 is Barb's Cloud Dancer, owned by Harley Kahn with Brett Miller. 8 is Get It On, Dan Ryan owns, Dave Hawk is aboard. 9, Majestic Jazz, owned by Tharps and Richardson, Randy Tharps. And the 10 horse is Johnny Begun, owned by Vernon Byers Jr. with Jeff Out. 2nd race, 6 minutes. Badge lined up for the 2nd, and there they go. There, off Watch Yourself, urged off the starting gates. Freddie Spaghetti was quick to begin, along with Movin' Boovin', and there goes Majestic Jazz on the far outside. Skips Man parked out in 5th position, driving through at the rail. Johnny Begon is 6th, Mel's North Star is 7th by a length and a half. Then we get Barb's Cloud Dancer inside of Get It On. Early trailer is L.A. Raider as Kane Kaufman leads the way with Watch Yourself as they move to head stretch for the first time. Freddie Spaghetti is pocketed second, and Majestic Jazz will look to fit into the 3-hole there. The opening quarter goes 27 and 3/5, passing the stands for the first time, and here comes Majestic Jazz, opting to drive on after Watch Yourself as they pass the stands for the first time. Freddie Spaghetti is 3rd, Movin' Boovin' is 4th, Skips Man hung out in 5th position, Johnny Begon is 6th, then we get It On outside of Mel's North Star, then it's Barb's Cloud Dancer and L.A. Raider as they round the clubhouse turn, and Watch Yourself continues to hang Majestic Jazz out to dry. Those two are on even terms. Freddie Spaghetti watches it from the pocket 3rd, 3 back to Movin' Boovin', followed by Johnny Begon and Skips Man, 55 and 4 for halftime. Taxing fractions in here, 28 and 1 in the second quarter as they round the turn into the backstretch, and Watch Yourself draws back out to lead the way by 1 length. Majestic Jazz holding his ground on the outside. Freddie Spaghetti is loving it from the pocket, followed by Barb's Cloud Dancer, who rushes into contention. Here comes Barb's Cloud Dancer making a move 3 wide. Movin' Boovin' is back to 5th position, followed by Skips Man, who starts to give way. L.A. Raider tries to rally from the back of the pack. Nowhere to go for Johnny Begun. Then it's Mel's North Star, and at the back is Get It On, 3/4, 125 and 3, midway around the far turn. Watch Yourself continues to lead it. Freddie Spaghetti is 2nd. Movin' Boovin' takes over the 3rd spot. Barb's Cloud Dancer could not sustain his rally. He drops out of contention as they come down the stretch. It's Watch Yourself by a length and a half. Freddie Spaghetti chasing on the outside, Movin' Boovin' closing in the center. Watch Yourself, Kaufman trying to keep them together, and he will do it. It's Watch Yourself to win it. Movin' Boovin' up 2nd, Freddie Spaghetti 3rd, 155 and 3. Kane Kaufman is back to the winner's circle with the Watch Yourself. The 6-year-old Falcon Almers from Marita Lane by Lime Time scores in 155 and 3. That's a season's best, and it just misses a career best mile for Watch Yourself, who's owned and trained by Jeff Brewer and scores his 3rd straight win. Here they are for the 3rd race. One is Mark from Eden, owned by Winchester Bay Acres. Dan Noble drives. 2 Whitewater Camel with the Whitewater stable, Randy Tharps. 3 is Gransky's Charm, owned by Doug Neely with Jamie Dunlap. 4, Mary and John Arrowwood's Endless Endeavor, Jeff Fouts aboard. On post 5, it's Yankee Airmail, owned by Geraldine Morris with Jim Daly. 6, Funtime Buddy Boy, owned by FTF Inc., Brad Miller. 7 is Matt's Waller, owned by Conan, Hawks, Oldford and Cummings, Dave Hawk. And the 8-horse, Something Tricky, is owned by Linda Schwade with Del S. Miller. 7 minutes. There they go. They're off. Endless Endeavor tries for the lead. Showing speed for the outside is Matt Swaller, and Mark from Eden is in the top grouping as well. Gap of 2, Whitewater Cam is 4th, 2.5 more, and we get Gransky's Charm, followed by Yankee Airmail, Funtime Buddy Boy, Something Tricky is last of the 8, midway around the far turn, and Matt Swaller and Dave Hawk draw out to lead it by a length and a half from Endless Endeavor, and now sitting the 2-hole trip 2 lengths farther back, and we get Mark from Eden, Whitewater Cam, and Gransky's Charm. 26 and 4 for Spirited opening quarter as they pass the stands for the first time. Making the pace, it's Matt Swaller on top by just over 1. Tracked by Endless Endeavor in the 2-hole. 2 back, Mark from Eden is 3rd. Whitewater Cam sitting in 4th. Gap out 2. Gransky's Charm is racing in 5th position. First to pull is Yankee Airmail. Then we get Funtime Buddy Boy. Something Tricky's at the tail end as they round the clubhouse turn. Up top, it's 8-5 favorite Matt Waller setting the fractions, reaching the half. 56 seconds flat. Matt Waller by just over 1. Endless Endeavor is racing in 2nd position. Flushed out first over is Mark from Eden 3rd. Whitewater Cam hemmed in 4th. Yankee Airmail 2nd over and 4 lengths off the lead on the outside in 5th. Gransky's Charm is 6th. Funtime Buddy Boy is 7th. Something Tricky is trailed throughout as they head for the far turn. Matt Waller remains unopposed up top. leads the way by 2. Endless Endeavor second. Whitewater Cam is third. Mark from Eden starts to fade. Yankee Airmail's 3 wide, but he hasn't gotten into gear yet. Then it's Gransky's Charm. 1:23 and 4. Moving around to the top of the stretch. Matt Swaller putting in a huge mile here. Leads the way by a length. Endless Endeavor is second. Whitewater Cam is out for the drive as they come down the stretch, and the whip is out on Matt Swaller. Here comes Whitewater Cam on the outside, followed by Endless Endeavor and Gransky's Charm. Matt Swaller full out. Whitewater Cam on the outside, got him collared. Matt Swaller to go second. Endless Endeavor third, 1:53 and 1. The Hoosier Park Invader, Whitewater Cam. He scores in 1:53 and 1 with the Whitewater stable of Connorsville, Indiana. Valerie Wells, the winning trainer. Randy Tharps gets him home on top. Whitewater Cam is a 5-year-old Cam Best from Meadow Lauren by Walton Hanover. Around the track for the 4th, Exactus tries and pick 3s. Number 1 is Freeway Hanover, owned by Gordon Whitaker, with Brad Miller up. Dean Collins drives the 2 Heavenly Whiz for trainer Charlie Beaver in the White Creek stable. 3 Ready to Be Rich, owned by Winchester Bay Acres, Dan Noble. 4 is Calabrese Farms, Arizona Magic, Jeff Out. 5 Colby L is owned by Keith and Donna Ross, Randy Tharps. 6, Marvin Go Downs, Staley Lane, Kane Kopman up. 7 is Yorktown, owned by Homebred Limited, Jim Daly. 8 is High Caliber, owned by Thomas Carroll with Jamie Dunlap. And the 9 is Robbins Jack, owned by Ambalal Patel with Dave Hawks. 7 minutes. Lined up for tonight's 4th race. Gate is picking up speed, and there they go. They're off. Trio of levers. High Caliber from furthest down Staley Lane in between horses. Nearest the pylons is Ready to Be Rich. Ready to Be Rich will secure the pocket spot in behind High Caliber as they enter the turn. Heavenly Whiz comes away in 4th position, followed next in 5th by Robbins Jack. Then we get Freeway Hanover. Arizona Magic is 2 lengths clear of Colby L, and the early trailer is Yorktown as they move to head stretch. High Caliber leads the way, but Staley Lane is out early to challenge. 28 and 2 for the opening quarter as they pass the stands for the first time. And there goes Staley Lane. Staley Lane now draws out to lead High Caliber by 2 lengths. Ready to Be Rich is sitting the 3-hole trip. Gap of 2.5 back. Heavenly Whiz is 4th. Robbins Jack is ranging up first over on the outside. Arizona Magic will move with that live cover. Freeway Hanover's next to the pylons inside of Colby L. Yorktown is 9th and last. Around the clubhouse turn, Staley Lane is your pace setter. Hits the half-mile pole in 57 and 3. Out of the turn, down the backstretch, Staley Lane by 1 length. Rapidly gaining ground. Robbins Jack on the rim now into 2nd. High Caliber locked up in the box 3rd. Arizona Magic comes into contention 2nd over 4th. Hemmed in 5th. Ready to Be Rich inside of a 3rd over Colby L is 4 off the lead. Then we get Yorktown. Heavenly Whiz is dropping back. Freeway Hanover's on the outside trailing as they head into the far turn. And now going off stride while bidding for the lead, the 9 Robbins Jack, who got into the way of the 4 Arizona Magic, and the 5 Colby L. Staley Lane 1:26 and 1. Moving around to the top of the stretch, Staley Lane by just over 1 length. Ready to Be Rich looks to be the danger on the outside. High Caliber is 3rd, followed by Yorktown in 4th as they come down the stretch. Staley Lane full out to hold the lead. Ready to Be Rich bearing down from the outside, followed by High Caliber, Yorktown, and Colby L. center of the track. Ready to Be Rich, best of them, opening up by 3 at the line. Finishing 2nd was Staley Lane, then it was Yorktown, 1:55 and 1. Inner circle, it's Ready to Be Rich, a 5-year-old Flying Rich from Still Rock and Roll by Merger. Ready to Be Rich is owned by the Winchester Bay Acres, Inc. of Powell, Ohio, trained by Darrell Hoosier and driven to victory by Dan Noble, 1:55 and 1. Won This Old Art of Mine, owned by Reed Racing, Dean Collins. 2 horses, Traditional Frank, owned by Robert Chafin, the driver, Dave Hawk. From post 3, it's World Leader, owned by Sugar and Geiler, Sandy Beatty. For Friday Noon is owned by Burke, Scioto Downs, and Chiricello, Brett Miller. 5, Skipper Don Ken is owned by Ken Kirk and Don Frazier, Kyle Ader. 6, Powerhouse Sabra is owned by Runyon, Springer, and Cole, Jeff Fout. And the 7 is Meadowland Partner, owned by Hubler and Metters, Jamie Dunlap. Fifth race pacing field lined up in the backstretch, and there they go. There, Powerhouse Sabra heading out to take command in close company with World Leader racing in second position. Traditional Frank is third. Friday Noon between horses fourth. This Old Art of Mine is racing in fifth position. And then we get Skipper Don Ken and Meadowland Partner taking up sharply. Drops back to the trailing spot as they move to head stretch, and World Leader, unable to settle into the pocket, circles around Powerhouse Sabra to take the lead as they move towards the opening quarter. Traditional Frank is third. Friday Noon landed a seat in fourth, followed by This Old Art of Mine, Skipper Duncan, and Meadowland Partner the opening quarter. 28-3 as they pass the stands for the first time. It's World Leader now dictating the pace by just over 1 length from Powerhouse Sabra, now pocketed second. Here comes Friday Noon making his move on the outside, and he brings Skipper Duncan along with him. Traditional Frank is back to fifth position. Third over and sixth is Meadowland Partner, and This Old Art of Mine is at the pylons trailing the field. Around the turn, half-mile pole bound. Friday Noon up to challenge the leader, World Leader, in 58-2, but World Leader maintains a 1-length advantage. Friday Noon uncovered on the rim second. Powerhouse Sabra looks at it from the pocket spot third. Skipper Duncan riding cover on the outside fourth. Locked up in fifth is Traditional Frank, followed by Meadowland Partner and This Old Art of Mine as they head towards three quarters. World Leader with a narrow advantage from Friday Noon, who's pressing hard on the outside. Two back, Powerhouse Sabra's third. Skipper Duncan gaps cover fourth. Traditional Frank nowhere to go. Sent up 3 wide is Meadowland Partner, and This Old Art of Mine is last in 1. 25-3. Midway around the far turn, World Leader and Friday Noon are side by side and stride for stride. Powerhouse Sabra third. Traditional Frank is fourth as they come down the stretch, and Friday Noon has gotten to World Leader and now edges clear in deep stretch. World Leader is second. Powerhouse Sabra on the outside. Traditional Frank at the rail, but it's Friday Noon drawing away impressively. Getting up for second was Powerhouse Sabra over World Leader, 153-4. Friday Noon, his second straight victory and his fifth on the season, 153-4 for the partnership of Burke, Alsco, Dowdle, and Chiricello. Trained by Mickey Burke Sr., he was driven to victory by Brett Miller. Friday Noon is a 3-year-old son of Arturo from Till Friday by Fundamentalist. This one is Zagnut, owned by Darby's Edge Stable, Brett Miller. 2 Sir Walter Raleigh, owned by Blair and Fairchild, Kane Kaufman. Bob King Cotton is the 3, owned by Terrell and Clark, Kyle Ader. Number 4 is Herschel Kiss, owned by Dan Ryan, the driver, Jamie Dunlap. 5, Flaming Rocky, is owned by Kevin McKinney, Del S. Miller at the lines. Number 6, Norman Stormer, is owned by Brad Bell with Jim Daly. 7 is Tough Shuttle, owned by Stein, Mulroney, and Brennan, Dave Hawk. 8 is Carolina Cam Best, Randy Owens owns in partnership with Paul Sorrell, Randy Tharps. 9 Tucson Guy, owned by Gary Adams, Jeff Out, 7 minutes. And there they go. There, off stride goes the 3, Bob King Cotton. Moving out for the lead, it's Herschel Kiss from the outside. Norman Stormer, Tucson Guy from furthest down, and coming away in the third spot, Flaming Rocky. He's already 5 lengths off the pace. Next in line, it's Tough Shuttle. Parked out 6th is Carolina Cam Best. followed by Sir Walter Raleigh. Zagnut, Bob King Cotton is parked out trailing the field as they move to the top of the lane. Herschel Kiss is making the pace early on. Herschel Kiss and Jamie Dunlap put up a first quarter of 27 3/5, and they establish a length and a quarter lead on Norman Stormer, who is riding the pocket second, followed by Tucson Guy able to duck in third. Carolina Cambest is working his way up on the rim fourth. Flaming Rocky back to fifth. Sir Walter Raleigh with the cover trip in sixth, followed by Tough Shuttle inside of Bob King Cotton. Zagnut the back marker as they round the clubhouse turn. It's Herschel Kiss up top. Herschel Kiss, your co-2-1 favorite, is in command. They reach the half, 57 3/5. Norman Stormer follows through at the inside second. Tucson Guy is third. Carolina Cambest taking the overland route from fourth. Locked in fifth is Flaming Rocky. Sir Walter Raleigh is second over in sixth position. He's 4 off the lead and gaining ground. Then we get Tough Shuttle, who shuffled back with nowhere to go. Bob King Cotton's on the outside, and Zagnut's off the pylons, and there goes Carolina Cambest. Hitting his best gear, he goes right by Herschel Kiss like he was standing still. 3 quarters, 1:27 flat, moving around to the top of the stretch. It's Carolina Cambest with the lead. Sir Walter Raleigh takes aim on the turn, followed by Tucson Guy in third, gap of 3 to Zagnut. Tough Shuttle and a very troubled Herschel Kiss has dropped back to last and scattered the backfield as they come down the stretch. From the outside, Sir Walter Raleigh powers into the lead. Tucson Guy is closing in. Carolina Cambest back to third. Then Zagnut and Tough Shuttle. Sir Walter Raleigh in front. Tucson Guy to go second. Tough Shuttle a late closing third. Heading back to the winner's circle, Sir Walter Raleigh. It's a pair of wins tonight for the team of Kane Kaufman and trainer Jeff Brewer. Sir Walter Raleigh's a 9-year-old Walton Hanover from Pride-O by Albatross, owned in partnership by Blair and Fairchild of Kentucky. 5 wins on the season, 156 3 for Sir Walter Raleigh, who upsets the 6th. It's 3 of 3 in the pick 3, 1,054 even. The trifecta, the numbers 2, 9, and 7, returns 4,461.60. Here they are. Number 1 is Lifestream Indale, owned by Westgate Motors. Jim Daly's up. 2 is the Zdravo Maria Stables, Life Sizzles, Brett Miller's in a bike. 3 is He's a Gambler, owned by Tom Tharps with Randy Tharps. 4 is Moe's Muffler Shop, owned by Reed Racing and Mona Alm and Dean Collins. 5, Punctual Sam, owned by Mirror Lake Farms with Dave Hawk. 6, Positive Scooter is owned by Marvin Godown with Kane Kaufman, and the 7 is Fun Time He Be Bad, owned by Billy Sanders with Jamie Dunlap. 7 minutes. Line up in the backstretch, and there they go. There, a fast start for Moe's Muffler Shop. Goes right out to grab the lead. Lifestream Indale with sharp early speed. Punctual Sam is parked out in third, followed by Life Sizzles in the top flight, fourth by 2. Then it's He's a Gambler, Positive Scooter, and Fun Time He Be Bad trails the field. And Dino's got Moe's Muffler Shop on the front end as they move to head stretch for the first time. But Lifestream Indale pops the pocket early. Punctual Sam is back to third, gap of 2. And we get Life Sizzles, He's a Gambler, Positive Scooter, and Fun Time He Be Bad, 26 4. A fast opening quarter as they sprint in front of the stands for the first time, and Lifestream Mindale powers to the lead and opens up 2.5 on Moe's Muffler Shop in second, followed by Punctual Sam in the third spot. He's a Gambler's uncovered and moving up on the outside from fourth. Life Sizzles back to fifth position, wants out of there, has nowhere to go. Positive Scooter moves up second over, and Fun Time He Be Bad will move up third over as they round the clubhouse turn. It's Lifestream Mindale fronting the field, leads the way by 2 lengths past the half in 56 2 25 seconds out of the turn, down the backstretch. Lifestream Mendale by a length and a half. He's a Gambler creeping up on the outside. Second, Moe's Muffler Shop is gapped in the pocket. Third, Positive Scooter wants a piece of the action. He's second over on the outside. Fourth, and just 2.5 lengths off the lead. Punctual Sam nowhere to go in fifth. Third over in sixth. Fun Time. He Be Bad. Life Sizzle got shuffled back to last, but he is now on the outside looking to move up, though trailing the field as they go by 3/4. Lifestream Mendale has He's a Gambler at his flank in 1:25 flat. Midway around the far turn, Lifestream Mendale maintains a length and a half advantage. He's a Gambler starts to lose ground. 3 wide, Positive Scooter, followed by Fun Time. He Be Bad. Life Sizzles cranks it up on the far outside, but he's got a long way to come as they move through the stretch. It's Lifestream Mendale by 2. He's a Gambler trying to run him down. Positive Scooter on the far outside. Punctual Sam sliding up the inside. Punctual Sam tight at the wire between Punctual Sam. He's a Gambler. Positive Scooter third. 154 and 2. In the winner's circle, He's a Gambler photos out the 5. Punctual Sam for the win, 154 and 2. 6 wins on the season. He's a Gambler's a 5-year-old Albatross from Baroness Almahurst by Brett Hanover. Owned by Tom Tharps of Lebanon, trained by Trent Tharps, driven to victory by Randy Tharps. Here's your rundown for the 7th. Lifestream Mendale 4th. Life Sizzles was 5th. He's a Gambler won it. Moe's Muffler Shop 7th. Punctual Sam 2nd. Positive Scooter 3rd. Fun Time He Be Bad was 6th. Presenting your field for the 8th race. Number 1 is We're an American Pan, owned by Peter Pan Stables. Brett Miller's up. From post 2, it's Kabani Beach, owned by Taylor and Taylor. Dean Collins. 3, Mighty Sam, owned in partnership by Phil Baldoff and Kathy Hawk, the driver Dave Hawk. 4 is Sport Charmer, owned by Mark Reesert and Mark Benvenga, Randy Tharps. 5 is David Luff's Fritzy Cam and Dean Gillespie. 6, KG Bird is owned by McCann and Lane, Dallas Miller. 7 is Winchester Bakers Polo Ace and Dan Noble. 8 is Kentucky Kid, owned by Beatty Geiler and Zanika, Sandy Beatty. The 9 is Noble 2, Billy Sanders owns, Jamie Dunlap drives. 7 minutes. And nearing the start, there they go. They're off. Noble 2 tries for the lead along with Kabani Beach from the inside and Kentucky Kids in the top light as well as they enter the far turn. Mighty Sam is 4th by 2. We're an American Pan is 5th by the same. And then we get Sport Charmer, Fritzy Cam, KG Bird in the early trailer. At the tail end of the field is Kentucky Kid, but it's Noble 2 on the front end for Jamie Dunlap. Noble 2 leads the way as they wheel by the opening quarter. Along the inside, Kabani Beach is 2nd, and then we get Kentucky Kid tucked neatly at the pylons in 3rd. The quarter goes in 27 and 1. From the inside, racing in 4th is Mighty Sam, and We're an American Pan is steered to the outside. He's surging up, and Sport Charmer moves with that live cover. Fritzy Cam is next in line, then 3 more to KG Bird and Polo Ace as they round the clubhouse turn. And We're an American Pan confronts the pace setter Noble 2 as they head half-mile pole bound. Kabani Beach is pocketed 3rd, followed by Sport Charmer on the outside. Well in range 4th. The half goes in 56 and 4. Along the inside, Kentucky Kid is 5th by 2.5. Fritzy Cam has made headway on the outside. He's 6th and 4 off the lead. Mighty Sam is next, then a gap of 3 lengths farther back. 2, Polo Ace going better than KG Bird. 3/8 of a mile left to travel as they head for the far turn. And Noble 2 and We're an American Pan are matching strides. They are 3 lengths clear of Sport Charmer in 3rd. Fritzy Cam is now 4th, followed by Kentucky Kid. Kabani Beach drops back, 124 and 3. Midway around the far turn, Noble 2 and We're an American Pan remain inseparable. Sport Charmer just in behind them on the outside 3rd. Fritzy Cam on the far outside 4th. Kentucky Kid doesn't have it tonight as they straighten away. We're an American Pan with the nose in front. Noble 2 countering from the inside, followed by Kentucky Kid. Sport Charmer, Fritzy Cam the far outside. We're an American Pan draws out late to win it. Photo for second between Fritzy Cam and Sport Charmer, 153 and 4. Heading back to the winner's circle is We're an American Pan, a 4-year-old son of Arts Place from Bello, Hanover by Tyler B. Owned by the Peter Pan Stables, trained by Virgil Morgan Jr. and driven to victory by Brett Miller. That's a double tonight for Brett Miller as he guides We're an American Pan to victory at 153 and 4, his 4th win on the season. Here's your rundown. We're an American Pan, the winner. Cavani Beach 9th, Mighty Sam 7th, Sport Charmer 3rd, Fritzy Cam 2nd, KG Bird was 8th, Polo Ace 6th, Kentucky Kid 4th, Noble 2 5th. 197-328-645. Presenting a field for tonight's feature. One is confirmed winner, owned by Zdravko Maria Stable, Dave Hawk. 2 is Statesmanship, owned by Kevin Reed and Jeffrey Reed, Dean Collins. 3 Caviar Jackson, owned by Judith and Clarence Chaffee, Dallas Miller. 4 Man Oh Man is owned by Ira Christel with Jim Daly. 5 is Esther Crownover's Crown Time Big Ben, the driver Kyle Later. 6 My Pal Mark, owned by Dolores Wilson with Randy Tharps. 7 is Campus Tramper, owned by Zimmerman and Barnett, Brad Miller. 7 minutes. Line up for the invite, and there they go. They're pacing out for the lead from the far outside. My Pal Mark, followed by Man Oh Man and Caviar Jackson down the inside. Confirmed winner comes away mid-pack in 4th position, followed next by Statesmanship, Crown Time Big Ben. Campus Tramper has the best view as they move midway around the far turn, and My Pal Mark sprints away early, opens up by 3.5 lengths on Man Oh Man 2nd. Racing in 3rd position is Caviar Jackson. He's 5 off the lead. Confirmed winner is next, and Dave Hawk brings him to the outside as he makes his move early. 27-1 for the opening quarter as they pass the stands for the first time. Up top, it's My Pal Mark, but here comes Confirmed Winner. Confirmed Winner on the outside looks to breeze to the lead as they approach the clubhouse turn. Man Oh Man is gapped in 3rd, followed by Caviar Jackson 4th. Statesmanship hung out in 5th. He's 6 off the lead, and he's 3 clear of the pair of Crown Time Big Ben and Campus Tramper on the outside. They move by the half-mile pole, and leading the way, it's Confirmed Winner. He's on top to that station in 56 seconds flat. Out of the turn and down the backstretch, it's Confirmed Winner by a length and a half. Pocketed second is My Pal Mark, and there goes Statesmanship on the outside. Statesmanship's in gear. He's only 2 lengths off the lead, uncovered in 3rd position. Campus Tramper is moved up into 4th. Man Oh Man is back to 5th, then 2 more to Caviar Jackson, and Crown Time Big Ben trails the field as they head for the far turn. Confirmed Winner enjoys a length and a half advantage. My Pal Mark inside of Statesmanship 2nd and 3rd. Campus Tramper's forced up 3 wide, followed by Man Oh Man as Statesmanship gives way. 123-3 around to the top of the stretch. Confirmed Winner widens the advantage to 3 lengths. My Pal Mark chasing in 2nd. Man Oh Man shakes free. He comes to the outside, but he's got 5 to make up on Confirmed Winner, who's pacing strong in deep stretch. It's Confirmed Winner by 3. Man Oh Man is closing into the gap. He's running out of ground. Confirmed Winner shortening up. Man Oh Man the outside. Confirmed Winner wins it. Then it was Man Oh Man and My Pal Mark, 151-4. Back to the winner's circle. It's Confirmed Winner, who scores his 4th victory of the season, timing the mile in 151 4/5. Owned by the Zdravko Maria Stable of Yonkers, New York, trained by Gary Davis. He was driven to victory by Dave Hawk, taking tonight's feature. Rundown for the 9th. Confirmed Winner was the winner. Statesmanship 6th. Caviar Jackson 7th. Man Oh Man 2nd. Crown Time Big Ben 5th. My Pal Mark 3rd. 1 is Kevin Markham's Ace High Big Guy. Rick Heitman up. 2 is Sociable Sam, owned by Westgate Motors, Kyle Later. 3 is out. The 4, Louis Hart, owned by Connie Messler, Randy Tharps. 5, Keno Joe is owned by Harry Alltop with Jim Daly. 6, Kyler's Mark Perinones, Dave Hawks aboard. Number 7 is Master Swede, owned by Connie and Matthew Garner, Brad Miller. And the 8 is Rock Patrol by Ronald Fairchild with Kane Kaufman, 7 minutes. Lined up for the 10th race, and there they go. There, a bit of a slow start for the one Ace High Big Guy, showing speed from the inside. It's Sociable Sam. Master Sweet from the outside joins him, and Master Sweet looks to outpace Sociable Sam as they enter the turn. Louis Hart comes away in third. The slow starter, Ace High Big Guy, glides up the pylons in fourth position, followed by Keno Joe, Kyler's Mark, and Rock Patrol is the early trailer, and Randy Tharps pulls the three-hole with Louis Hart and goes up after the pace setter, Master Sweet. Then we get Sociable Sam at the inside third. Gap of three more to Ace High Big Guy, and the opening quarter goes in 28-1. Passing the stands for the first time, and Louis Hart now works his way past Master Sweet and takes the lead as they approach the wire. Sociable Sam rides the pylons in third. Ace High Big Guy is fourth from the inside. Kyler's Mark first up on the rim. Keno Joe is shuffled back to second last, and Rock Patrol moves to the outside to grab cover, trailing as they round the clubhouse turn. With control of the racetrack, it's Louis Hart. The lead is just over one. Master Sweet drafts in from second as Kyler's Mark continues to make headway on the outside. 58-1 for the half. Along the pylons, Sociable Sam is buried in fourth. Second over on the outside, gapping cover. Rock Patrol is fifth. Ace High Big Guy second last with nowhere to go. He's inside of Keno Joe, who trails the field. 6 lengths cover front to back as they head for the far turn. Leading the way, it's Louis Hart. Louis Hart by one. Kyler's Mark just off his flank second. Master Sweet from the inside, gapped out in third. Sociable Sam is fourth. Rock Patrol can't get into gear, followed by Ace High Big Guy and Keno Joe. 3/4, 1:26-4, moving around to head stretch, and Louis Hart puts away Kyler's Mark, who ducks down into the pocket and is full out second. Gap of 3.5 lengths farther back to Master Sweet. Keno Joe on the far outside as they come down the stretch, and Louis Hart opens it up to 3 lengths. Kyler's Mark looks to be the best of the rest. Keno Joe on the outside third, but it's Louis Hart in front and drawing clear. Kyler's Mark to go second. Keno Joe third, 1:55-3. Louis Hart gets the job done in here, 1:55-3. A 7-year-old Look Sharp stallion from Miss Jetline by Happy Skipper. Owned by Connie Messler of Dayton, Ohio, trained by Terry Groves. This victory gives Randy Tharps the driving triple on tonight's card. 4-6 exact to $14.40. Try 465 6020. Tonight's 11th race, number 1, is Rain Man, owned by Mark and Matt Rowe, the driver Dave Hawk. 2 is Whiz White, owned the White Creek Stable with Dean Collins. 3 is VP Steven, owned by Ira Christel, and the bike, it's Jim Daly. 4 Meadowland Don, owned by Hoovler and Metters, Jamie Dunlap. 5 Big Sky Country, owned by David Cooper with Rick Heitman. 6 Mr. Star, leased by Gary Heights and driven by Brad Miller. 7 is How Forever Feels, owned by Rose Adams with Kyle Ader. The 8 is out. The 9 is Captain Hubie, owned by Donald Knight and Kay Hubner, Del S. Miller. And the 10 is Truly Cam Star, owned by Schmitz and Schmitz, Randy Tharps. Post time, 7 minutes. Field for the nightcap, making their way through the backstretch. They are nearing the start. They're off. As they leave the gate, How Forever Feels is heading out for the lead. Whiz White along the inside comes away in second position. Driving through from between horses is Meadowland Don. Big Sky Country is caught out there 3 wide. Then we get Rain Man at the pylons in fifth position. Gap of 3 more to Truly Cam Star, followed by VP Steven with no early speed tonight. And then it's Mr. Star and Captain Hubie's at the tail end of the field. 27-2 for the first fraction as they come by the stands for the first time. And up top it's Kyle Ader and the 3-year-old How Forever Feels leading the way by a 2-length margin. Tracked from the inside by Whiz White in second position. Surging up from 3 wide is Truly Cam Star. Rain Man in extremely tight quarters. Next it's Big Sky Country, followed by Meadowland Don inside of Mr. Star. Then we come down to VP Steven, and on the outside trailing, it's Captain Hubie. They go by the half-mile pole in 56-3, and it's How Forever Feels leading the way, but he is taking pressure from Truly Cam Star, just a half length back in second. Whiz White is pocketed third. Rain Man comes to the outside fourth. Two more, and Meadowland Don is racing in fifth position, 3.5 off the pace. VP Steven is next. Mr. Star is chased along to keep up, and then it's Captain Hubie in 3.5 lengths back to the trailer. Big Sky Country heading on to the far turn. How Forever Feels leads it. Rain Man starts to relent from 3 wide. Whiz White saving all the ground. Truly Cam Star is losing ground. Sent up 4 wide is Meadowland Don. 3/4. 124 and 4. Rounding the turn into the stretch. And Kyle Ader goes to work on How Forever Feels. He leads it by 2.5 lengths, but they're closing in. Whiz White on the outside. Look out for VP Steven. He's closing down the passing lane. Far outside Meadowland Don. VP Steven strikes the front. Outside Rain Man. It's going to be VP Steven to steal it. For second, it was Rain Man, followed by Mr. Star. Photo for fourth, 155 and 2. VP Steven pulls off the upset in tonight's 11th race for Ira Christel, John Schultz, and the winning driver, Jim Daly. 3-1 exacted, $256 even. Try 3-1-6, $877 even. Super 3-1-6-2, $5,686.80. The late Daily double, 4 and 3, comes back 26.40, 3 of 3 in the pick 3, 101 even. VP Steven is a 3-year-old life sign out of Armbro Calinator by Nihilator. He scores his second win of the season, by far a career best mile, 155 and 2. Match 7-8.